This is McCook's Mr. Bill. It is an honor to have you here. Well, my wife did not get a deer this year, but she did get the enjoyment of attempting to and getting out in nature. And so she was more than happy just to accomplish that. She went out with most of 10 hunters on the ranch out there that we have worked for so many years. And of those 10, though, only 4 collected a buck deer. And so that's 6 that didn't, so she wasn't the only one. She invited me to the supper the first night of deer season, and everybody was congregated there to tell their deer stories and just to see each other again. About once a year, some of them is all they see each other. One of the gentlemen, my wife took me over to the side and she said, "I think you want to meet him." He was a new guy there. And he was from Washington, D.C., and he was an FBI agent. Very interesting. And so I immediately, we got along immediately. When he asked me if I was a hunter, I said my tinnitus wouldn't let me be around anything loud. And he said he has it and it's getting worse. So I gave him tips of what I've went through and how to try to offstay it even getting worse. Very interesting gentleman. One of the things he told me, though, even though it's late, the FBI is starting to allow some of their people to carry firearms with silencers on them. I said silencers. What a blessing. Should have been done 70 years ago. So many people would still have their hearing. And the reason for it, he said, a good share of some very good qualified FBI agents are starting to turn in medical problems from the ringing ear, shooting too much. Yep, those loud guns are just deafening on your hearing, absolutely. And so they're filing the bills and the medical costs, and some are demanding early retirement because they just can't work anymore because of their ringing ear. I understand it very well, sadly. And so they are going slowly to silencers, and hopefully the rest of the law enforcement and perhaps even the country should, to save the hearing of the shooters. And I'd finish it with this. Throughout the summer, I've had a young woman walk by my candy truck there in the park. First, a little standoffish, which is fine. You don't know the guy to begin with. A guy selling snow cones out of a van. But she finally saw others trusted me with their children. And so she stopped, and in no time we became friends. And a nice visit that young lady was. She had a toddler, and numerous stories she told me, and we exchanged stories. And she, one of them, though, that I enjoyed hearing, that she had her toddler outside on kind of a patio, and a low table, real low table was out there, and he kept looking under it and pointing, and she thought he was probably pointing at a bug, a toad, something. And so finally she bent over to see what he was looking at, and it was a 5-foot cobra in South Africa, yeah, where they live. And tremendous stories that lady had, and the mindset of what it's like to live over there. And it's not all good, and it's not a Garden of Eden, just as America is not a Garden of Eden anymore. Be that as it may, I see many people, what a blessing to visit with them and to attain just a little bit of their information and maybe a little bit of their knowledge as our souls cross paths on this place we call Earth.